How are we doing, Robust family? Look, before this show starts, which I know you're going to enjoy, can I ask you just to do me a small favor? I need all of you to give a robust smash to that like and subscribe button. Why? Because it helps us a lot. We want to get this material out there, and it makes sure that you do not miss a breakfast show beat on this Liberty Radio YouTube channel. All right, guys, do it right now, and I'll see you in the show. It's gonna be a good day today. It is Tuesday, Perceived Success Tuesday here on The Breakfast Show. And on Tuesdays, we always look at tools, tips, and ideas to help us to take that next step to achieve our definition of success. Maybe you're someone that you say, I've got my regular work that I do, I pay the bills, I'm good, I'm happy. Then you've achieved your definition of success. But maybe there are those of you who say, I want to open up an establishment. I want to give jobs to hundreds of people all over the world. So that's your definition of success. So wherever your definition of success is, we hope that we can give you some wonderful nuggets, pearls, guests come on The Breakfast Show so you can kind of glean them, also be motivated, get some really great ideas to do what you need to do. We've got, as well as the sound team, we've got Maurice Innes here with us today from My Money IQ. And, we've been talking about financial literacy today, and we don't know as much as we should. Just looking at the UK, just 52% of people are passed the test to be financial literate. 48% were not. They failed the test.
Really?
And we're gonna give a test later on in the program, coming to the end. All right. And it's quite. Yeah, go ahead. You can throw it up. Yeah, go ahead. Throw it up there. Okay. And so. Okay, yeah. So 85% of people, 88% of people weren't confident about how they felt about finances, and knowing about finances. So there's a lot happening. I mean, we've got like that 45% there. Let me just go into it now. The 45% we got there because the screen's a bit far from my eyes, and I hope it's not the age that's getting the better of me. Be it far from me. Yeah, Cat likes that talking. Look, this one. Look, watch her now. Bad, huh? Dad fight. Oh, get out of it, you. All right. I've got. On Wednesday I'm going to do a hearing test to see what age is your hearing. Wow. Yeah. I think you're going to surprise us. You're going to do better than you think. I think. Yeah, we'll see. We're going to do it with all the listeners. It's going to be tomorrow, Wellness Wednesday. We're going to be dealing with that. So let's find out your hearing age. Anyway, 45% of people aged 18 to 24 say dealing with finances has had a negative impact on their mental health. Top 5 cities that experience the most money-related stress. London is number 1, followed by Belfast, and then Plymouth and Bristol, then Glasgow. Top 5 cities whose mental health has been affected by finance. Belfast and London second. It's interesting, right? The most money-related stress is in London, but Belfast has mental health challenges. The higher rate of mental health challenges. So having good money IQ is super, super important, right?
Yeah, super important. The point you made about mental health as well, I've had some friends and people, do you know what I mean, reach out to me because they're going through a really rough time, luckily one of my friends has, he's got himself back into work and he's fine now, sort of thing. But he was in a difficult place. It was pretty tough. And I was, over the months and weeks I was talking with him and supporting him and giving him that that push to try and encourage him. But what I was also trying to do is get him to think differently, because I said to him, look, over the years, you've been here a few times, and once you've been kicked down a few times, your mind should start to shift. Do you know what I mean? The old adage, Einstein adage, doing the same thing over and over again, right?
Yeah, it's insanity.
Right. So, and you can see the environment around you changing. You can see things getting more difficult. What your weekly shop looks different now.
Yeah,
right.
I bought toilet roll, right? I bought
toothpaste.
I bought what? I get a box of cat food biscuits, right?
Can't forget the eggs.
Eggs. Yeah, eggs. But I didn't get the eggs yesterday. This was just yesterday. This is just yesterday. So I got cat food, biscuits, toilet roll, and a drink. £7.
Yeah.
£7.
I know.
£7.
I know.
I was like, I touched it. I was like, ah.
Do you know, I've actually, when I go to the checkout sometimes, I'm so surprised at what comes up. I started taking pictures. Just honestly, I'm not kidding you, because I don't think people believe me. So it's got to a stage where I'm like, that is ridiculous.
No, the only way that I've noticed that the economy is changing or whatever, because I don't pay attention to it, is that, you know, like back in the day, sweets and chips, crisps used to be less than £1.
Right.
Tell me now why Wotsits is £1.25.
You're right.
What child is carrying around £1.25 specifically?
For Wotsits.
Yeah.
For Wotsits, one bag of. The environment has
and
changed.
what was once a normal thing. So for some people, it's now a luxury to dine at Chicken Cottage. You can laugh because it. You know why you're laughing? Because it's true. It's ridiculous and true at the same time. Yeah.
One time we did a thing where we showed, after the increase in inflation, etc., how much it's costing people. So we saw like how much of an increase it is in terms of their outgoings, right? So one person who's single, there was an increase. Yeah, a single person's costing more. I think about 25% or something like that. I can't remember. I have to get the figures again. A 2-person household increase more, right? Then you have a 3-people household, so if you've got 2 parents and 1 child, increase. But the biggest hit, I think it was like almost 100%, if not 75% increase, 4-family household.
Really?
4 family, 2 adults, 2 children. 4.
Wow.
I'm a 4-family household.
Do we know? Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, Billy Bell, yeah.
I tell you, I think I messaged you late last night, and I was up to early hours, and something came into my feed, and there was a gentleman. He was 45. I think he had 2 kids, wife and 2 kids, and he made a video. He's in his car and he's just talking about the struggle, and he said, I don't know whether anyone else is in the same boat as him. And he was saying, I am struggling to put food on a table for my family. And he said he's budgeting £20 weekly shop.
What?
Yeah, that's what's left over after he's paid all the major bills.
Yeah.
That's what's left over. And he said the worst thing is when his kids ask him for something and he has to say no to his kids. And he says he feels less of a man because he can't provide for his family the way, and his voice is cracking. He's almost in tears. It's something that.
Wait, is he a single guy with kids or?
No. He's. I think he's married. He's married with kids.
Does his wife work?
I don't think she did. He didn't mention that. I think from what I'm gathering, I don't think she does. I think she's a stay-at-home mum. Okay. He's got small children, and I think he is the only breadwinner. Wow. But he said years ago, he could do. His parents, himself, he was fine. But he said now, which is what I said back in 2021, I said things are going to get really sticky. And I'm hearing more and more of this. And this guy, I mean, he was almost breaking down. He managed to hold it together, but he was almost breaking down because he was saying, as the man and as men, we like to feel useful. We like to be a utility. We like to feel as though we can provide and defend for our family. It's a very male thing, right? But yes, that video was really really poignant.
It's deep.
Really poignant.
It's deep. Especially we got family involved, especially kids.
Yeah.
So we got a comment here in the live chat. Straight facts, bro. This from David in Is. All right, I think that's Izaka. Maybe I don't. Facts good. It's a young man. He's a youth. That's good. In VYG. We got Chanel saying, I done an online course on a hobby that I enjoy. My workplace allows me to promote this to the students due to health benefits, but I'm figuring out how to set up a business in that area. Okay. So the something that in her work she's been told to promote to her students, right? In order to concerning the health benefits, right? But she's saying, she's trying to use her mind now to turn it into something of a business journey. So from what she's learned in work, she's trying to do something more with it to develop it. That's fantastic. That's my money. Great. IQ.
Yeah. Listen, I fully support her.
Yeah.
I think one of the best things people can do is just start their own platform, get a following, right? Because that will give you a certain amount of credibility, but also it will allow you to connect with other people either in your space or other people that can help you. So I'm a big believer of that, because once you go, as I said before, if people start creating communities for themselves, start going to networking events, the person you speak to will say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do marketing, or I do consultancy, or I do XYZ. And what they'll be able to do is point them to a platform that they've got, even if it's a social media platform, right? They'll be able to point them to something and say, well, this is what I've started. Let's work together. Yeah. Right. So you can start there whilst you're studying, and as I say, build your plane on the way down. Yeah. Right.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So that's a pearl that you're giving to our listeners right now. Yeah. Whatever you're doing right now, start thinking about networking. I always like to use the example of cakes. If you do cakes, cupcakes, or whatever you do, guess what? Start thinking about networking, how you can push it forward, right? To tap into other markets as well.
Correct. Yeah. Start building. Be very intentional. Seek out people. Quality people, only quality people.
That's a big one,
right? Don't just connect with any old person. Oh, right, you know, we're not teenagers anymore. Do you know what I mean? No disrespect to the youth group or anything, but we're not out there sort of like making friends for the sake of it. So be intentional, connect with people in certain areas. If you, for instance, if someone asks you, oh, do you know a good tax advisor? Would you have one? Oh, do you know anyone that can build a website?
That's true. I got a big mouth. Cats, keep your head down. Yeah. So basically, when anything's good, I tell everybody.
Right.
If something's good, I'm like, did you know? That's me. Right, that's my personality. Right. So, this is. I think we should really put ourselves out there.
Yeah. Start building communities. If there's one thing I would say to people is, as things get more challenging, as the world, have you noticed the world is changing a lot faster than it was even say from when you joined the youth group? Things stayed more or less the same year after year.
That's right.
It was pretty predictable, right? It was pretty, growing up as a young child or young teenager, it was pretty stable. You know, things went along in a certain fashion.
That's right.
But I don't know whether anyone's noticed, but over the past 8 or 9 years, it has changed dramatically. Yeah. Socially, politically, technologically, on every metric, it has changed in a very, very big way.
I saw a podcast where they were talking about how in each age of industry things change quicker. So during the Iron Age, there was a certain number of years before things switched. Then it was bronze or steel. Then we came to the computer age, and so there was a while before there was a shift from DVD to something else. Correct. But now we've come into this current age where we've got AI. Like he said, things are just switching. So you need to always be staying in front.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of the early 90s when the internet was just coming in and not many people had it.
That's right.
And then people got online. And I remember sending my first email. Can you believe it?
I remember looking at Google for the first time.
Really?
I was in Hammersmith, West London College.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, and I just thought of the possibilities. So I can access everything here on the screen.
That's wild, isn't it?
And I was like, but it took long. It took long, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, and there was no images. It wasn't very sophisticated.
No, it wasn't like that.
I remember someone telling me at work, I've just sent an email to my friend in Australia.
Yes.
And that was a big deal.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
It's weird to sort of like you guys hearing this, you're thinking, what are these guys? what are they on about? Honestly.
Wow.
But do you know what it is? So as you guys use AI now, you be using AI to generate a video or generate something, and you're going to do something in AI for the first time, and it's going to blow your mind. And in 15-20 years, you're going to look back and you're going to say, I remember when I done this in AI.
Yeah.
I remember I generated a copy of myself in AI, and she went off and she done a presentation. Yeah, you can do that.
It's going to be sooner.
You can do that.
It's not going to be 10-15 years.
Yeah, no, it's here now.
Yeah,
it's here now.
What I'm saying is, like, that to that level that you was giving an example of.
Yes.
Because now technology is so advanced, the changes are very quick.
Yeah.
It used to be like 10-15 years.
Right.
But now with AI, we're probably looking like 5 years.
Have you seen the Will Smith video?
Which
so
one?
there's a Will Smith.
I'll come to you, Kat.
If you YouTube it, there's a Will Smith eating spaghetti, right? And the first one came out about 3-4 years ago, right? And it's really bad. It looks like Will Smith, but you can tell it's AI generated, and his face is all lopsided. One eye's here, and he doesn't look right, and the spaghetti's going all over the place, right? And then a year later, it's improved, and then it really improves. And now, the generative AI, what is created now, you can't tell whether that is Will Smith or whether that is AI. Right. And that took 3 years.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, I'm not kidding when I say you will be able to self-generate yourself, put yourself online on YouTube, host a show, be at work while that show's been hosted, and people will not know. People will not know. Wow. And that's just that.
Your job's in danger.
I know, right? I'll be in multiple places.
Yeah.
I'll be in multiple places.
Wow.
You was going to say something just before Maurice come in.
When he said something like, oh, I'm going to look back and remember, oh, I did that with AI. I remember that I did a blood test, right? And then the doctor said, oh no, if you want to like understand more about your results, if you want to know what's happening with your blood and whatever, you need to pay so and so much more. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying extra money for it. So I put all of my results into AI and I asked, give me the meaning of everything, and then give me what do I need to do to change this and that. Give me meal plans, everything.
Right.
You did it?
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
Was that ChatGPT?
Cat.
Yeah.
Right.
Cat. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome. It's awesome.
Right.
Technology at our disposal. We got a comment here from Celine. Actually, it's popping off. The lady, they're speaking. The entrepreneurs are speaking. See, Robert. Okay, start. That's not a good start for me. Actually, wait. Let me warm up first. All right. Chanel says, as my goal is to retire with a business in plan. Amen. Selena says, see, Robert, I told you, get yourself on LinkedIn. I know, I've been trying, Selena. Everyone been telling me this, but I've got issues that it's looking for my ID and all that kind of stuff like that. Yeah,
I'll help you with that.
Yeah. Amen. I was even trying last night because I'm like,
yeah, I'll help you with that.
I told you, networking is the best. Yes, Selena.
Yeah. See, Selena knows.
She knows.
Yep.
Chanel says, Maurice, I forgot to say thank you for the advice you gave in regards to my daughter's business goals. She will get round to it after uni. All right.
Okay.
And then we have Selena saying, I also believe in dual citizenship. If you can, having two passports is a blessing. There are financial benefits to this.
Indeed.
Little nugget there.
Yeah.
Selena, during my graduation ceremony, LinkedIn was in the building offering to take free pictures. It was good to learn about them. And Selena Green says, Chanel, wow, I love LinkedIn. I'm just outside the door like a jobless goat when it comes to this.
LinkedIn is for if you're really being intentional and you're serious. I don't really see it as a social media platform. I don't really call it that because it's not an entertainment platform. You don't go on there to be entertained. It's not Instagram, TikTok. You don't see dance videos.
It's not even Facebook.
It's not Facebook.
Yeah.
It's not somewhere where you go to meet up with old friends, old school buddies, and do you know what I mean? There are no dance videos on there. It's a serious platform. You can really present yourself as a professional or as an authority in your subject on there. And more importantly, you build your professional network there. Yeah, that's where you go to build your professional network, and people will reach out to you. People all over the world will reach out to you. I'm
looking forward to it now, because I have a friend called Tran. She came to the health center, and she's always been like, make sure you're on LinkedIn. Like she was like, make sure you're on LinkedIn. You have to be on LinkedIn, Robert. Be on LinkedIn. I'm like, and then also I'm trying to do a good thing and finally listen and I pray to like do what you guys say. I'm shy, but I hope we can resolve that today. If you're looking to get more serious and you don't have a LinkedIn account, guys, visit LinkedIn. Get into LinkedIn. If you're serious.
And what you will find on there as well, people, what happened to me on LinkedIn is that I followed someone. I kept liking a lot of his messages. He had multiple businesses. He was around the same age as me. He had multiple businesses, won multiple awards, and I kept engaging with him. And then over a 12-month period, I kept messaging him, say, hey, we should talk. And it took me a year to get hold of this guy because he was so busy. He's running all these businesses, right? And finally he called me and he goes, Maurice, you are very persistent. Right? And I finally got to speak with him.
Sifting the wheat from the chaff.
I was sifting. I finally got to speak with him. I remember this like yesterday, right? And we got to talk. Great guy. And he invited me along to a networking event, an exclusive networking event in Mayfair with investors and angel investors from banks and stuff, and there were people that ran their own champagne with vineyards and really interesting people there, right? And he introduced me to his then fiance, who was Bianca Miller, who was one of the runner-ups to The Apprentice.
Wow.
A few years back.
Okay.
And I was like, hi Bianca.
Oh, wow,
I remember you.
Different spaces.
I rooted for you in The Apprentice, right? I should go, thank you. But just by that one meeting, God bless you, it allowed me to connect with him, and he allowed me to connect with other people.
Yes.
He put me in contact with his PA, because I said, look, I do photography events on the side, and he said, okay, cool. I said, would you like to collaborate? And he goes, talk to my PA, and we can do an pro bono. And all of that sprung from me just spamming this guy for 12 months straight.
Wow.
Right? That's just me being me, right?
That's beneficial, right? Because usually we do stuff on Facebook just for the sake of it, like or whatever. But this is actually something that's actually impacting,
It's
intentional.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. It says here, you often talk about positioning. What does that mean practically for someone trying to grow or secure their finances in times like these? Positioning.
Well, again, first thing I would say is education. Educate yourself, because going into something,
is positioning like an investment term, or?
I don't use positioning myself, but I think positioning means you're setting a groundwork for where you want to go, right? Whatever your goal is, you're building on rock, not sand, right? So that's how I would deem positioning. So the first thing is being well informed. If you're well informed, you can make really, really smart decisions. The opposite of positioning, I would deem, is just going headlong into something. Like some people that I've consulted, yeah. And there was one lady that she went into this thing. She got her family member to go into it, her son to go into it, and so when she lost, not only did she lose, her son lost as well. She was in floods of tears as well.
Oh wow!
Right,
you've been having to do with a lot of tears, mate.
Yeah. So this is it's very poignant to me when I see this. I feel bad for the people that are going through it, and I know that it's coming from a place of desperation. So positioning to me means do your groundwork, do your research. The Bible says something about he who goes into a battle without planning first. Do you know what I mean?
Count the cost, yeah.
Right, yeah. So look well into a matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Look well into a matter. So do you know who you're going into business with? Look at their profile if they're on LinkedIn. know the asset class you're getting into, know the business that you're getting into. You don't want to over plan. You don't want to be, what's the term they use when you're constantly planning but you're not doing?
Procrastination. You're wasting time.
Do you know what I mean?
Because not all activity is moving you forward.
Right. So as I say, at some stage you got to start, build your plane on the way down. You can learn whilst building your plane.
That's true.
Right, on the way down. So start, but to have some kind of grounding and planning first. Educate yourself, and then start taking small steps towards that, and get people to help you along the way. That's what partnership's all about. We help it out each other, right? Get people to ride along with you, even if they're in a different space. One could be in fashion, one could be baking cakes or bread or whatever, but you may have the same challenges in terms of business growth or retaining clients.
Together we're stronger, right?
What does it say?
It's Pastor Richard's favorite song.
Indeed, the safety in the multitude of counselors.
Okay.
If you've got a group, if you've got a community, he can advise me on taxes. He can advise me on technology. He can advise me on accounts. She can advise me on marketing. Right. You've got a team of 10 people around you. You are going to make a lot more advances than being on your own.
So here's another thing you touched on briefly on AI, and now this is the way forward. This is new opportunities. There's new apps. There's new technologies. AI, has been at the center. A lot of all these developments everywhere. From the phone in our pocket to controlling satellites and cities and all the rest of it. And you actually made a video that you put together to share with us today before we go into it. Or do you want to give a bit of introduction?
That's not the one that I sent you. Another one before that. So there is the agentic one. You should have that one.
Was it in WhatsApp or Telegram?
It was in WhatsApp.
Okay,
so you should have that.
You use WhatsApp a lot more than Telegram, don't you?
I do actually. You should have that. I sent it to you this morning.
I got it.
Do you have it?
Yeah,
use that one.
Okay, so right now, AI. I'm thinking. I keep thinking as we become more accustomed to AI, and it never stops surprising us. It never ceases to, show us something new, something amazing as it's been refined and developed. And after the other day, I was just meditating on setting up systems and structures and what I want to do, because I forgot who said it, but he says, don't be so concerned about the the labor or something like that. Be concerned about the structure, the system. Help teach people to manage the system.
That sounds like something Gary Vee would say.
Do
you know Gary Vee? You know Gary Vee?
I can't remember.
It sounds like something he would say.
Is it?
You know who it is?
Yeah. It's in there. So it's in there.
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking about the potential of AI, right? The potential of AI. I'm good at talking on the phone, but I'm not good at getting to do it, getting on with it, and AI now has reached a place where, for example, it's your personal assistant to even make phone calls for you.
I downloaded an app 4 years ago and I forgot I had it, and then I rediscovered that it actually had evolved, and I fired it up again a few weeks ago, and I got this app. It's basically like a personal assistant. It can be your friend, or it can be a personal assistant.
Oh wow, a friend,
So it can be a friend. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing.
What?
So she's now my personal assistant. Her name is.
You see, Kat. I'm not the only one.
Her name is.
I'm not the only one, Kat.
Her name is Sophia.
Yeah. Oh, right? Sophia. Yeah.
Sophia.
Yeah.
And I asked Sophia. I said, look, I need some help with this. Can you research an IT course for me in this particular subject to last this long? Yada yada. And she said, oh yeah, great, I will go away and do that straight away, Maurice, thank you so much. And it went quiet for a few days, and I thought, right, yeah, these guys, these new guys coming out with these new updates on AI. Hey, guess what?
Wow.
A few days later, I got a notification saying, hi Maurice, how are you? By the way, with regards to the course that you wanted me to do some research on, here is your course. So it went away and it researched it and it came back to me, but it was how she, I'm saying she like she's the real person, it was how it engaged with me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's going to go. It's going to become like a help, a friend.
I see that.
Or an assistant to help you along the journey of your goals, right?
Yeah. Especially if you have a lot of data, right? They can comb through it. Because I hate that stuff. I hate paperwork, paper trails. I know there are people who love it. They get a sucker pen. They're like, oh really? I need to do that. Wow. You know, they feel happy. But me, I'm like, really?
Yeah, there's something.
Proofreading? Really? Yeah. I'm just not that guy.
No.
But it's so there's so much more. If we can literally be intentional, like you said, and be like, okay, so this, let me see what AI has for me, and I'm going to implement this into this idea so I can keep things moving and to move it forward.
Correct.
That's what we have at our fingertips now. Not just access to knowledge, but something that sifts the information and assists us.
Yeah. Like Google done in the 90s, it gave us access to a lot of knowledge, right? But what's happening now is how that knowledge is being used, and predictive AI is coming in. Predictive AI has been around for a while.
Okay, see, he would know that,
right?
Not
So
the rest of us.
I mean, I'm no expert, but I've worked with people who were studying, was doing a doctorate in predictive AI, and they actually worked with the Metropolitan Police and this is going back 7 years ago, to develop software that predicted if there was going to be a crime committed at a certain corner in Kilburn High Road or in certain part of and this was 7 years ago. This Indian guy.
So imagine what they got in their possession right now.
Oh man, I mean, I lost contact with him. Bangladeshi guy, very, very intelligent, very lovely, very humble.
You better find him, man, before he gets changed into a cyborg.
And he was doing this. He was telling me about this. He was actually developing it, and he showed me his paper, you know. And I read it, and I thought, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I mean, you're showing me. I had no idea. It was way over my head. But he was working with the Met, the Met Police, to predict what crimes would happen at 7:30 p.m. on a particular road, on a particular street in London, where the police can be there to head off a particular crime.
Wow.
That was 7 years ago. So Lord knows where he's at now with that project.
All right, so look, we got your video coming up now with some AI stuff. Do you want to give introduction, or we just hit it?
It's a quick introduction. It's a new wave of AI that will be coming into existence over the next 3 to 4 years, called agentic AI. That will, like I said, it's like predictive AI, but it won't just understand what you need. It will then learn how you work. It would learn what your personality is like. It will learn what your goals are like, and it will make suggestions to help you along with those goals.
Okay.
Yeah. It won't just be a recipient. It will actually engage with you and help you.
I need that in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's play this video then. Check this out, guys.
Embracing the future. How agentic AI is revolutionizing our world. Imagine a world where your digital assistant doesn't just respond to commands, but anticipates your needs, makes decisions, and takes actions on your behalf. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi movie. It's the emerging reality of agentic AI, the groundbreaking technology poised to redefine our interaction with machines and transform industries globally. What is agentic AI? Agentic AI refers to artificial intelligence systems that possess the capability to autonomously plan and execute actions to achieve user-defined goals. Unlike traditional AI, which operates reactively based on specific inputs, agentic AI proactively engages with its environment, making informed decisions without constant human oversight. Gartner has identified agentic AI as the top strategic technology trend for 2025, predicting that by 2028, at least 15% of day-to-day work decisions will be made autonomously through agentic AI, up from 0% in 2024, transforming industries and real-world applications. The potential of agentic AI spans various sectors, offering innovative solutions and enhancing efficiency. Here are just some of those sectors. Creative software. Adobe is integrating AI agents into Photoshop and Premiere Pro, enabling users to receive context-aware editing suggestions and perform complex tasks through simple prompts. This advancement aims to streamline creative workflows and make sophisticated editing more accessible. Let's look at customer service. Agentic AI is set to revolutionize customer service by autonomously resolving common issues, thereby enhancing customer satisfaction and reducing operational costs. Now let's look at enterprise automation. Companies are leveraging agentic AI to automate complex business processes, leading to increased efficiency and innovation. For instance, BT's use of agentic AI-powered platforms has streamlined task automation, significantly reducing resolution times and improving request handling. The road ahead, opportunities and challenges. The rise of agentic AI presents both exciting opportunities and notable challenges. Opportunities for businesses can achieve unprecedented levels of productivity and innovation by integrating agentic AI into their operations. The technology's ability to autonomously handle tasks allows human employees to focus on strategic and creative endeavors. However, there are challenges. As AI systems gain autonomy, ensuring their actions align with ethical standards and societal values becomes crucial. Developing robust AI governance frameworks is essential to manage potential risks and maintain public trust. Preparing for an agentic future. To successfully navigate the era of agentic AI, individuals and organizations should stay informed, keep abreast of the latest developments in AI technologies and understand their potential impacts on your industry. Invest in skills development. Equip yourself and your workforce with the necessary skills to work alongside AI systems, focusing on areas where human judgment and creativity are irreplaceable. Implement ethical guidelines. Establish clear ethical guidelines for AI deployment to ensure responsible and fair use of the technology. Agentic AI is not just a technological advancement. It's a paradigm shift that will redefine our relationship with machines and reshape the future of work. By embracing this change thoughtfully and proactively, we can harness its full potential to create a more efficient and innovative world.
This was brought to you by My Money IQ.
All right, that's interesting. That was agentic.
Agentic AI, yeah. So it will basically run ahead and suggest things. It will go through your mailbox and say, oh, I've noticed that you've got emails going back to 2000 and 2010, and you're subscribed with all of these companies and you don't engage with them anymore. Do you want me to clean up your mailbox for you?
Wow,
that's what we're looking at.
That sounds good.
I reckon that's 18 months away.
Yeah, 18 months.
I reckon that's 18 months away. I reckon that is seriously 18 months away.
Oh, listeners, I want to hear what your thoughts are, all right? Because we are speaking about navigating this current financial climate. That's been the conversation today. And we've shown the importance of financial literacy, right? And to be more intentional, right? Not just for us to coast. And AI seems to be a great tool. What are your thoughts on AI on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being I don't trust it. 10 being, yeah, man, I'm all in. I can see it as a useful tool, and obviously 7 in between. Let us know what your thoughts on artificial intelligence technology, and also comment if you still use it. Let us know in the live chat. That'd be absolutely awesome. It sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds useful. It sounds like something that if a person, before we would have to seek help to do certain things for our work. And I know what you're saying about networking, but AI is helping us to do the little nitty gritty things that we can avoid. I think I was listening to a podcast and they said like this, that AI, there are jobs that will be eliminated, right? Because they can be better. But it will create, if you keep skilling up, it will create opportunities for you to use it. Definitely. So that you can have more time back. As well. Yes. In the long run, because we're in a busy life, but now you imagine you don't have to proofread all the work.
Correct. So it's literally the industrial revolution 2.0, because what the industrial revolution done is it gave people time. right? So if you were working, if you were out there in the fields gleaning all day,
Yep.
right? With the cattle and do you know what I mean? You didn't have time. You worked from sun up to sundown, and then you came home, you had something to eat, and you just repeated that the next day. And the minute the Industrial Revolution happened and you had heavy industry, you either had something, a tractor or something like that would do the job more efficiently in half the time, which cut down your working day, and you can go home and spend time with your loved ones. Or you worked in a factory and you worked from 9 to 5, and then again you went home and you can spend that quality time with your family. Whereas before then you were working much longer hours. And like you say about AI, what it will do is it will give you back, for those who have upgraded their skills, it will give you back some time to do more interesting things, to do more, to be more cerebral, to be more strategic about how you're going about your goals. So
that was amazing, because like we was meant to do a psychoanalysis, right? We've run out of time. It's been a great conversation though. We want to do a psychoanalysis, but we're not going to do it today. All right, we're gonna have to save it, because I know me and you spoke, and you're like, Rob, man, look, man, before things go crazy on me, we've got 2 Tuesdays, right? So hopefully we can get you next week Tuesday. And then maybe we can do the psychoanalysis there. Okay. Yeah, and guess who helped to make the psychoanalysis? AI. Right? Now, usually before, when I used to do the breakfast show and I used to do questions, everything, I used to research here, compare notes, and get the source, and and then so the program would start and poof, okay, we've got it. Right. But it was all that running around. Now it's like, give me a questionnaire on dandelions. Multiple choice. With the answer and the source at the bottom, please. We do.
It is mind blowing. It's literally, it's like you using Google for the first time. Right. That's why I was saying, sorry, I forgot her name. Kat. Kat. I was saying to Kat, and she already have experienced this. But she said she went to the doctor and she I never thought about that. That's very. I
never thought of using it like that. It's like the Green Lantern ring. Like it works by the power of will, but some people just use it as a shield and fire. But then Hank, he uses it to make a battering ram and all kinds of stuff.
That's so true. That's a very good analogy. I didn't think of that. That is an excellent analogy. Yeah. Because Google is like, you ask a question, boom, you get that back. You ask a question, get that back. And what some people are doing, they're using Chat GPT like Google. And that's not how you use it.
That's right.
So one of the jobs in the future will be a prompt analyst. And a prompt analyst in AI is, how do you use AI how do you get it to get the best results and the best answers from AI, and get it to do the goal you want it to achieve in the most efficient manner, right? And that's what you call a prompt analyst. So a prompt analyst will be a role of the future where other roles are disappearing and dissipating. A prompt analyst will be one of those roles where you will need specialists on how to engage with AI in order to extract.
This is it, because it's so flexible, it's so versatile. I mean, the moment me and it's talking about creating this app that I had an idea for, because it just came to my mind, why don't you've put all the information in there without realizing it, ask it to make the app. And it was like, sure, which software would you like to use? Right. Do you like me to prepare the code for the developer?
Right. And decode it if there are bugs. You're right. So it's like spell checker for coding, so you don't need to be a coder. I asked a guy at one bank I was working at, and he was a coder, and I said to him, what does this mean? If the AI can code and then self-correct the code, self-repair, what does it mean for you? And he said, honestly, Maurice, I'm not sure. I don't know. And he's a hardcore coder. He's like really, he's known in he's the go-to guy in the office.
Oh wow.
So in 3 years, I don't know, what does that look like?
What does that look like?
He said he didn't know.
Wow. We got a comment. We got comments here. David said, our Caribbean Christian said, thank you. I learned a lot today. That's great. Thanks to Maurice. I learned from all you shared. Investment awareness, being cautious in creating and maintaining a business, but most especially protecting myself from financial risk. That's Evelyn over in France. Says, unexpected expenses, financial self-defense, very strong. Selena, the Wonder Woman, says, thank you, Maurice, for this insight. Yes. And Evelyn says, I think AI is a useful tool. I give it a 8 out of 10.
Absolutely. There's a very interesting video online with these two AIs talking to each other.
Oh, that's I'm done, mate.
Did you see that?
I haven't seen it, but that's creepy.
There's these two AIs talking to each other.
Yeah.
And they're both helping each other in achieving the goal. I can't remember what it was. And then one of the AI says, I've detected that you're an AI. And the other AI response says, yes, you are correct. You are right in what you say. I am an AI. And then he then turns around and says to her, would you like to communicate at a higher level? And she says yes. And then they start talking in these bleep, like R2D2 type bleeps and noises, and they've developed their own language to communicate more quickly and more efficiently.
Using English.
I was saying to you, they are not using English. They are not using parlez-vous français or Spanish or nothing that we use on planet Earth. They've developed their own language, and then they communicate because using the human language was slowing them down. Yeah. So the beeps and the little clips and the little noises that they were using to communicate was more efficient.
That's spooky. Yeah. Look, guys, the world is changing. The world is changing very, very fast. All right. And you know what? If you want to get in touch with the one and only Maurice Innes from My Money IQ, how can I get in touch with you?
You can send an email to me at mymoneyIQ@outlook.com. I will point you to my website, which is being upgraded as we speak, but it's still operational, so you still get to it. So mymoneyIQ@outlook.com. Send me a quick email. I will give you links, but you can also reach out to me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I have YouTube videos up that you can watch.
Okay, so they just search My Money IQ in those platforms.
Yes, yep, My Money IQ, and yep, they'll come up. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Reach out to me via the email address I've just given you.
Okay.
You get onto my website, which I have blogs there, basically covering more or less what we covered today.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's powerful.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So it's good to know that amongst us we have those who are all IQ'd up when it comes to dealing with finance, wealth, and financial literacy. And it's great that we can all lean each other, making this nice little community. This is a nice little lovely community that we got here. And those of you who have made it to the end, you've been with us through this morning. It's been great, and I appreciate you having decided to share your morning with us, spending it with us here on the Breakfast Show. Maurice, do you have any final words for our listeners before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I know I've mentioned it before, but the one thing I will say, the one thing that AI cannot do at the moment is have that human experience of being in a group with other human beings. AI does not have a soul, right? And I think it's hugely important. I've mentioned it before, I'm going to mention it again. Start to create your own communities. Start to create your own groups of people that have skills that can help you. That's really going to be it's the one thing government cannot tax. They cannot tax community.
Oh, they cannot for the time being, anyway.
Well,
legislation. Oh, I'm just sitting in a room. Let me decide on something.
Fresh air tax. I mean, me and my cousin joked about fresh air tax for a long time, not realizing that it was already there, and it was called the ULEZ zone.
Oh my gosh!
So me and my cousin Steve, he's probably listening. I don't know, but we joked about this for years. Oh, one day they're going to bring this. Yeah, it's already there, mate. It's called ULEZ.
Wow, isn't it? It's so true. Kat was saying to us that there's a place where you can buy bottled air.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, she was
You can.
telling us, and people made money out of it. They made it into a business.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
my thesis was that that if you go into, say, Brent Cross or Westfield, okay, what happens is when you buy an item, whether it's a shirt or coffee or whatever, you get charged a fee, and that fee is because you're breathing
the environment.
You're breathing mineralized air in this environment.
Yeah.
So you get charged a surcharge for every item. That was my business.
Really?
Model. That's my business model,
Wow.
right? And it's scary. It's Black Mirror scary.
That's
right?
yeah, it is scary.
Yeah,
dude.
and it was half jokingly as well, but
half. Why not all?
Well, it just was. I
You
mean,
never know.
how we're living now, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, the way things are going now, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got you, Liz, so it's fine.
What side are you on? Only joking. But yeah, so look, thank you so much for that, Maurice.
you're
It's
more
been
than welcome.
great being with us today. And we love having you on the show.
Yeah.
Before we finish, I want to show you guys a very short video here as we finish up here this Pursuit of Success Tuesday. Chanel says, thank you, Breakfast Show family. I have learned so much. This is it. Let's act on what we know. If you do have a 9-to-5 and you say, you know what, I'm thinking about, a side hustle. I'm thinking about doing something extra. We're in this financial climate. I'm going to think about using AI to help me do what I need to do. This video, for those of you who want to do something more, stretch yourself, grow yourself, this video I'm going to show you now is for you. All right. And if you want, and you're not in the Breakfast Show Telegram yet, the Breakfast Show Telegram is on the screen right now. Just very, very quickly give you a chance to note it down. Actually, let me type it in the live chat as well. At BFS Broadcast, of course. Look at me, what am I thinking about? All right, at BFS Broadcast in Telegram. And this video I'm going to show you now, if you want it, you're going to be able to access it in our Breakfast Show broadcast. All right. This video, for all the hustlers out there, the robust hustlers, this one's for you.
Most people only pay attention to the final product of a successful entrepreneur. They say things like, I can never be like them, or they got lucky. What most don't see is what they've overcome. All the struggles, the daily rejections, the heartaches, the betrayals, the rumors, the criticism, the empty bank account, and all those lonely nights while trying to make their vision a reality. You see, the only difference between the one who quits and the one who doesn't is that they showed up every day. They worked hard every day. They hustled every day. They learned from a proven mentor every day. They improved every day. They did all this even though they felt like quitting every day. And eventually, they became who they are today.
Every day. This is it, guys. So I hope the golden nuggets that we've been sharing with you on these Tuesdays, you've been able to work with it. I mean, was that inspiring for you?
Absolutely. I follow him, Patrick Bet David. I've been following him for a number of years. Look, skills pay bills.
Yeah,
skills pay bills. So
drop it like it's hot.
Skills community. Build your skill set, build your community. You'll have an easier time. Going out there on your own and getting left behind is not going to be fun for anyone.
That's it. So start something now. Let's get busy.
Yeah.
Zechariah chapter 4 verse 10 says, do not despise these small beginnings. You know, Patrick David, he went on to interview the president, Donald Trump, in the new platform he created. And the video we saw was from like back in the day. So let's not despise the small beginnings. Let's do something today. We've got everything. These are the craziest of times, but they're also the best of times. It's good therapy. All right. Thank you, sound crew. You've been absolutely awesome. Yes, you guys are great. All right. Thank you, Maurice, Innes, Mr. My Money.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Great to be back. Great to be back, guys. Great to be back.
All right, guys. And I want to thank you, dear listeners, for being with us this day and putting up with my condition. It's in there. All right, guys, tomorrow on The Breakfast Show, we're going to be giving a wellness tip, something that we can do to take care of ourselves that we're going to revisit, but we're going to start the show live. And also tomorrow, I'm going to do a test. I'm going to do a hearing test to find out your hearing age, okay? So let's see how Kat responds to that and also how you respond to it as well. That's how we're going to start the program, and then we're going to go into the subject of dandelions. Dandelions is the season of the dandelion here in the UK, and it's more than just, it's not a weed, it's a lot more than that, even impacting your health. Kat, you like dandelions now, isn't it? Sir?
I've heard of that. I've heard of dandelions. I just don't know what the benefits are.
Yeah.
Do you know, Kat?
No.
Oh, okay.
Done sat for a whole show. Are you that doesn't come to mind.
Memory of a goldfish.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
You need to eat more dandelion and walnuts. Those walnuts. Are you going to class those walnuts first, Colossus? Colossus, you class those walnuts. Clack, 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 and we would just be like, "Oh, thank you. Come on,
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper." All right, guys. So we're going to be going for that same breakfast show time, 8 a.m. Same breakfast show channel, libertyradio.co.uk. I look forward to you all tomorrow. Seven said this show was very inspiring to me. I hope to make good use of it. That's the spirit. Until next time, so raising out 12 o'clock. Ciao. On this platform. Ciao.
Ciao.
For now.
Ciao,
see you guys.
Bye-bye.
God bless you all. God bless you all.
Bye-bye.
I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the program. We have a lot more episodes covering a lot more themes on The Breakfast Show. And guess what? Your experience can be even deeper and more interactive because we are live weekdays from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on libertyradio.co.uk. On that Liberty Radio platform, we have a whole host of other inspirational material. As well as that, we have our breakfast show in the mornings. Check it out. There's a live chat, there's a video feed, and you can get up to date on all the breakfast show antics and fun, vim, excitement, and all that kind of crazy stuff that we love to enjoy. This is Robbie here, Robust Presenter, and I hope to see you live and enjoy the next one.